Morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the Device and Vendor Expo. Now, the way we're going to have this structured today, we have a couple different vendors on today, and what we're going to do is each vendor is going to get a chance to talk about 5 minutes to present their devices as well as what training they do. And then we're going to have breakout rooms once everyone's completed. So if you have individual questions or you want to learn more about a specific device or training program, you can decide to do that. Dr. Fleischer will be the person going back and forth and moving people around. He's very good at it. So thank you, Dr. Fleischer, in advance for doing that. Now,
Sean, actually, people should be able to move themselves, but if they can't, they can always signal me and I'll move them, but mostly they can move themselves.
Oh, great. Okay, even better. All right. Now, before we get started, just a little intro. So we just had a really great symposium from the practitioners talking about the practice of low vision and then some specifics on the different diseases, as well as a great patient perspective. So now we're going to talk a little more about the different aids and devices that are out there. As you know, there's a lot that's available. And when people start losing their sight, there's different strategies as well to still be able to maintain their independence and quality of life. The vendors here today, they have some of these devices as well as some of the training available to assist these individuals to still be able to do those things. So I'm first going to talk a little bit about the Prevention of Blindness Society. We have a low vision resource center located in Bethesda. Now our center is there and it houses a lot of different technologies, but it also has our resource navigators. And our resource navigators are there to help those with some vision loss to be able to speak with them, find out what challenges are you having and what have you tried so far? What are you interested in learning more about? And then they will work with the client to be able to find a solution for them, both the best solution for functioning, but also the best solution equitably as well. How do we do that? We do that through a couple different things, a lot of trial and error. One other aspect I like to share is a lot of the times there are people who come with their smartphones, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Nowadays, smartphones, think iPhone or Android, have a lot of accessibility features already on their phones, and there's also a lot of free apps. So, for example, in the settings options, you have various different things such as a magnifier, larger text, bold text, voiceover, which is a screen reading software. You have text to speech, and then there's different contrasts and inverting colors and whatnot. All of this is made in an effort to make both what's on the screen easier to see, or if they can't see it, able to hear, as well as be able to use their magnifier as a handy tool for when they're trying to do things around the house, or if they're out and about, at the restaurant or at the grocery store and they need an answer quick. There's also a ton of great apps. Now, Dr. Garg talked a little bit about one of them, Be My Eyes. And Be My Eyes is a really great free app because it helps connect somebody with vision loss with a sighted volunteer that can help them out finding or identifying something. This could be as simple as I'm getting dressed in the morning and I can't tell, are my pants navy blue or are they black? Now, for someone who's vision impaired, that can be a serious problem. And nobody wants to have a black jacket with a pair of blue slacks. So when they call a volunteer, they answer live, and they're matched both on time zone as well as on language selection. So, if someone speaks Spanish, you get a Spanish-speaking person, English, so on and so forth. And so that person then is able to help identify them. I myself am a volunteer there, and one question I got one time was somebody was getting their trash can coming back. It was trash day, and they were trying to find, after dropping off their trash, the trash man, they throw it, and we don't know where it is. So this person called me, and they told me, I've been looking for 5-10 minutes. I cannot find the trash can because he's blind himself. Luckily, getting connected with someone like me, I was able to see it in about 10 seconds and able to help out that person. And that's just a really useful tool that anyone with vision loss can benefit from. Couple other apps, there are other apps such as Seeing AI, where it uses artificial intelligence to be able to describe scenes. Some of them can read pages. So if you're trying to read a document or if you're trying to read a letter, it can read it to you. It can also recognize some faces as well as some scenes. So, you may be wondering, okay, I know I am outside, but I'm not sure, am I facing towards my car or am I facing towards the road? So when you're trying to figure out what you're trying to do. And so that tool is another free app that's available that can be very useful. Now I'm going to pause here because I know that there's many other speakers on today. There's a ton of more apps available, and there's a lot of lower tech aids and devices also available at our center for people to come and try out. Think things like bump dots or writing guides, large print, talking products, that kind of stuff that are available for individuals to try out. So I'm going to now pass off. The next person on our list is Jenny Cavalera. Jenny?
Thank you so much, Sean. And that was great. I love the Be My Eyes app as well. We also encourage our users to use that. I'm going to share my screen, if I can. Let's see.
You're sharing it now. It's good.
Oh, is
Or
it?
at least your picture. I take it back. I'm not sharing the screen.
Yeah. let me try again. I just have a couple slides just to organize my thoughts. Let's see. It's not giving. Oh yeah, portion of screen. Let me see. Okay, it looks like my computer, this is my computer's issue. So I'm not gonna be able to share my slides, but they're just really so that I remember what to talk about. And I will also send them to Sean so maybe he can share with any participants about our services. But today I'm gonna talk about, so we are the Center for Accessibility at DC Public Library. Our department location is at the MLK Library downtown at 9th and G Street Northwest. If you haven't been, we underwent a renovation and we reopened during the pandemic. We have a wonderful space, 5 floors, a rooftop, cafe. So if you've been to our library before, or if this will be your first time visiting, please do come by. And the Center for Accessibility is on the 2nd floor. And we do a couple of different things. So we are both the home for accommodations for any library program. So we serve the entire DC Public Library community. But one of our main things that we do is offer classes on using assistive technology. So some of the things Sean mentioned, like VoiceOver on the iPhone or Android TalkBack, those are the screen reading softwares. We offer classes on how to use those, how to make those things work for you, where you can have hands-on training. We also offer training on JAWS, so the screen reader that's on Windows computers. And we have a lot of classes for those. And I can also share a schedule of those with Sean. Those our JAWS classes are on Wednesdays, and we have one actually going on right now on Saturday. We also offer a class on beginning Braille. So if you're someone who's new to Braille or need a refresher, they go through the beginnings of learning Braille and the alphabet. We also have a small Braille collection here at the library that you can use to practice. We also have some magnification devices here at the library that you can try out. Also screen readers, what's called OCR software. So when something takes a picture of a document, maybe you have to fill out a form to register to vote, or a form for your doctor's office, or just something, a piece of mail that you want to read. It'll take a picture of it and actually convert that into speech. So a lot of cool tech that you can come and try out for free, of course, because it's the library. We're also the home for the National Library Service, which is a national service. Each state has its own state library. So we are home to the DC Talking Book and Braille program. And that is a free program to send Braille and audio materials for free to you in the mail. I'm gonna demonstrate and describe. This is what's called a talking book player. So it is a rectangular player about the size of a hardback book, and it has large buttons that are easy to use. It also has Braille features to denote what each of the buttons are. It has a speaker built into it and a power cord at the top. And basically you sign up for this program and you can tell us about your reading interests. Anyone who can't read a standard print book due to being blind or low vision, or having a physical disability where they can't hold up a regular book, can register for this program. And you can call us or tell us what kind of books that you like, and we send you books in the mail. It's ships for free both ways, and they come on a little cartridge, which is about the size of a driver's license, the rectangular cartridge that just plugs right into the bottom of the player, easy peasy. And your audiobooks are loaded onto that. The speaker does get quite loud as well if you have hearing loss as well. And it's just a great way to engage with audiobooks. There's no wait times for the books either. You don't have to worry about holds lists like you might on popular titles. You just have to wait to get the cartridge in the mail. We also have an app for these books too. So if you like using your iPhone or your Android, or maybe on your iPad, you can actually download the books right at home and have them available instantly. So we have an application on our website for that program, or you can give us a call anytime. I'm gonna provide our contact information, and you can register for that program. It's amazing. It's like a true lifeline to books. We also, if you're currently able to read large print material or anything else, we have a library by mail service where we can also mail you standard print material in the mail for free if you can't make it to the library. We also have a partnership with the National Federation of the Blind, or the NFB Newsline, and that has over 500 newspapers, both locally and nationally and internationally, magazines, job listings, Target store circulars, and weather reports. So that records it, and you can subscribe to that for free as well. We also provide accommodations for any DC library programs you might want to attend, including our classes or other just events that you're interested in. We offer computer training, and we can provide alternate handouts in Braille or large print. Basically anything that you need to participate in the library or any of our services. So that's kind of a real quick overview of what we do here at the Center for Accessibility. Like I said, we are on the second floor of the MLK Library, but we're always available virtually as well. And I'll provide our contact information in case Sean's able to send that out. And we're always happy to answer questions about how to use our technology or how to make it work for you. We have a couple assistive technology specialists on staff, and we always love to have new visitors. So I think that's my time, but I'm happy to answer questions when it's time as well.
All right. Thank you, Jenny. And thank you so much. All right. Next up, we have ITG Solutions. We have Mike Batista and Greg Hooks. So Mike and Greg, you all have the floor.
Great. Thank you, Sean. My name is Mike Batista. This is my partner, Greg Hooks. We are with Integration Technologies Group. We are based out of Falls Church, Virginia, so just down the road from Bethesda. And we are here representing HumanWare as well as OrCam today. ITG has been in business for over 35 years, serving the federal government, state and local governments, education institutions, K through 12, general consumers, and state and rehab departments as well. So today, Greg and I are excited to show a couple HumanWare products in our breakout room, as well as two of the OrCam products, the OrCam Read and the My Eye Pro, which is the one that clips on the side of your glasses. Greg, anything you wanted to add?
So in addition to, hi, everyone. In addition to what Mike had mentioned, we also do a host of training for lots of different programs as well, for individuals, as well as different government contracts as well. So anything dealing with vision, as far as like Zoom Text or JAWS or Fusion if both are required, which Fusion is a great program. But anything like those things we also do training with as well. All the items that we sell, as Mike had mentioned, all of the humanware products we provide, and also we also are the only licensed repair facility for all of the humanware products. Other than humanware itself, we're the only licensed repair facility for humanware products, and we have that right here in our facility, where you can get things repaired and sent back to you a whole lot more quickly than you can if they're going directly to humanware as well. But some of the items that we are going to be showing today, like Mike mentioned, is going to be like the Explore 8. The Explore 8 is a great handheld device where you're able to, an individual is able to be a lot more independent. If they have low vision, they're able to read things just by magnification. It operates a lot like what you would with your smartphone. You're able to use your fingers to pinch or to expand to make things larger with this. It's very simple, as you can see. And a lot of the things, I really enjoy the simplicity of it because you have just 3 buttons here, your minus, your plus, minus to make it smaller, plus to make it larger. And then we can change our contrast with the button in the center. You're also able to take pictures with it, with what you see here with the little camera button on the top, and then the power right here in the rear. Another great thing about the 8 is you're able to use distance with this as well. You're also able to do distance, and you're also able to, let's say if you take a picture of something, you can also manipulate it to make it larger so that you can read it as well. Another item that we're going to be displaying in the breakout room is the Explore 12. And the Explore 12, as you can see, slightly larger than the 8. Everything that we mentioned that you can do with the 8, you're also able to do with the 12. But it has a very good distance feature on it. It also has a very nice, this mic, this nice little stand with it as well, where you're able to just take this and aim it towards, aim the unit once you place it in there towards whatever it is that you're trying to enlarge or whatever it is that you're trying to get a distance view of. So it's got some very good features with that as well. Mike?
Yeah, and then the other item we have from Humanware is the Reveal 16i. Digital magnification along with optical character recognition, OCR. So if you need speech or you like your books, your magazines, your newspapers read out loud to you, the Reveal 16 might be a great option. Or if you just need a bigger screen for magnification, it only has a couple buttons, a couple knobs, so very easy to use, very simple to use. We're going to be displaying that. And then we also have today with us, like I said, the OrCam devices. We have the handheld OrCam Read. You point and click at anything you want it to read back to you using OCR again. And using AI, the device will take a quick picture. It doesn't store anything. It's just in there as long as it needs it to read back to you. And it'll read it out loud. So it could be your mail. It could be a bill that you're reading, a newspaper article, a menu, things like that. And then we're also going to be showing the OrCam My Eye, which is a wearable. You connect it to a pair of glasses, and this can do everything that the Read can do. Along with it has facial recognition. It can tell different bills, different money. It can tell you what time it is by simple hand gestures. And we're excited to show you these pretty incredible products today.
Another thing that is very, very good about the OrCam products is both of these devices also carry what's called smart reading ability. So if you have a document and there's something very specific that you're looking for in that document, let's say a phone number, or something like that, or you want it to start reading in a specific place, you're able to just tell it to after you engage smart reading, and it will find that phone number. It will start reading wherever it is that you're trying to make it read from. So both very good devices for individuals trying to gain more independence.
John, I think that's all we have for today. We're excited to talk to people in the breakout room.
All right, Greg and Mike, thank you so much. All right, next up, we have the Torres Foundation and Mr. Ansel Torres. Ansel, you have the floor.
Thank you. Let me just get my video and get my share screen. I'm assuming you can see the PowerPoint.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for the invitation, Sean, and really glad to be here. My name is Ansel Torres. I represent the Torres Foundation for the Blind. We're a small nonprofit organization based in the Washington, D.C. metro area. We work with various federal government agencies, local rehab agencies, international organizations. We've done quite a bit of work in the Caribbean in the area of assistive technology solutions, or bringing assistive technology solutions to people who are blind and visually impaired at home, at the workplace, at the library, at, on the job. Excuse me? Okay. So we, okay, so our contact information should be up there. TorresFoundation.org is our website. Phone number is there. We also have the QR code listed as well. We sell a number of assistive technology products in partnership with Freedom Scientific. So we are Freedom Scientific, a local Freedom Scientific dealer. And I just wanted to showcase a few of the products that we carry, and we also train these products. The Focus 40 Blue, 5th generation Braille display, very portable device that makes it possible for someone who is blind or deafblind to interface with the computer. It works in conjunction with Fusion or JAWS, basically providing refreshable Braille display access to people who are blind and people who are deafblind. Obviously, someone who is deaf is not able to hear the JAWS. However, with the benefit of the Focus 40 Blue refreshable Braille display, they can interface with the computer and use it like, like any other assistive technology user. We also sell the Topaz XL HD. Freedom Scientific has quite a large family of Topaz CCTV devices, and we sell these products here in the Washington, D.C. area, and as well as in the Caribbean. JAWS is the screen reader that, well, I call it the gold standard for screen reader access for people who are blind and visually impaired. I am totally blind myself, and so I am not just a promoter of the product, I use it as well. It has made a difference for me in providing employment along with millions of other blind people who need this technology to make it possible for them to get an education, be independent, and get a job. It's a very powerful tool. It's been around for quite some time, and it has made a big difference to me and many of the clients that we serve at the Torres Foundation. Okay, so the Fusion. The Fusion is a combination of the gold standard in screen reading access on Windows-based computers, as well as ZoomText, which I would say is the gold standard for large print access of the computer. I actually started using ZoomText when it just came out back in the 80s. And it was a very powerful tool. It was a tool that made it possible for me not to have to, basically put my face into the screen to read the small print. I actually was able to use it to magnify, and I could sit back like everybody else from a bit of a distance and be able to interface with the computer. It really was a game changer for me in a big way. Because screen reading is fantastic, but there are certain things that the screen reader does not describe visually. And if you have sufficient vision to use a screen magnification product, it is really very beneficial. Okay, so as I said, the Torres Foundation provides assistive technology training to people who are blind in the Washington, D.C. metro area. We've also done training across the country and throughout the Caribbean. We are working on an effort to make this technology much more available in the Caribbean, and we'll be talking about that later on our website and promoting that whole idea of bringing this technology down there for people who are not necessarily able to afford some of these technologies. We've hosted all types of programs down there to make that kind of thing technology become more, make the folks in the Caribbean more aware of assistive technology. And there is definitely a hunger for it. There's a tremendous need for it. And we'll be working towards making that happen. Locally, we work with the various rehab agencies for people who are blind and visually impaired. And we've also use the facilities of the library here in Montgomery County. We also can see clients in Washington, D.C. at our office down there. And we are very pleased to work with anybody who is interested in working with us. We provide training not only on the Freedom Scientific products, but we also provide lots of iOS, Apple device training as well. And so, okay, so here's our information for anybody who is blind in the audience that's not able to see our information on the screen. Our web address is torresfoundation.org. That's TORRES foundation.org. And our phone number is 301-407-2424. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Ansel. And we'll definitely have a lot of time for folks to ask questions once we get in the chat rooms. All right. Finally, from Vispero, we have Mr. Keith Austin. Mr. Austin, you have the floor. And then, Keith, as soon as you're done, then we will start doing our breakout rooms. And Dr. Fleischer will explain more of that then. But Keith,
all right. Okay. My name is Keith Austin. Thank you for having me, Sean. I've been in this field for about 31 years, and I've worked for Doors as a contractor for about 17 years, and worked for the federal government, training people with assistive technology. I'm a new rep for Vispero in the DC area. Today, the equipment I brought along, about 4 products. You can probably see the Topaz EZ is a desktop magnifier, which is that changes from contrast to magnification to brightness. It also has an X and Y table here. Also, I brought a Ruby, which is a portable magnifier, and also I brought the Optilect 10, which speech, which is really nice because it has 3 cameras where it can show magnification, full view, and also you can use it somewhat as a portable device because you can pull up the flaps and take it around and magnify. Also, I bought an OCR called the Clear Reader Plus, which is really nice. which you can move from room to room. It's really, you know, it is portable in that aspect. I'm speaking in half of Vispero, but also I have my own company, Beaumont Technologies and Training, which I train on all devices, from Apple devices, from JAWS to Fusion for voiceover, from iPhones to iPads, all different types of devices, from JSay to OrCams, from the Read to the My Eyes, to just about all the devices that are out there I probably have worked on. I enjoy what I'm doing. Like I said, I've been in this field 31 years from when I first started out in California. But I do enjoy working in this field. I really do. And I can give you a little demonstration because I was under the impression we wanted to show some of the devices. This is a Topaz EZ HD. It takes about 25 seconds for it to warm up. It has different colors. One thing I like about the X and Y table, you can pull it towards you, change different colors. Just do this, lock it. It has 4 colors on there. Also, what I like about it is if you need to write something or sign something, you can lay it down and put it down and lock this tray and sign it. In addition, it has a department back here. You can lay medicine bottles back there to see. Let's see what the size.
This is the. There.
Might be hard to see right there. Let's see.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. You can see that, which is really nice because you do have a lot of seniors and stuff that have challenges reading their medicine. And once you lay that there, that's really nice to be able to see where they can look at their RX number, the telephone numbers, and be able to call. Also, I brought the Optelec 10, which I think is nice. It has 3 cameras. Let's turn it on from the side. It has 3 cameras. One I can just set on top of the device. I can change the colors. I'm not sure if you guys can see that well enough.
Can you tilt the camera down just a little bit?
Okay, let me just see. Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to set it on top of a box. Bear with me. Let me just touch it. Up here. That's a little better. You can set it, just see, I can change the different colors. Also, I'm going to show you how it scans and read. I'm going to take it off that box. I'm going to pull my arm out, show you 4 pages, and I'm going to line it up in between that document. Just touch, so it can go away. You want to make sure it's in between there. When I pull that camera out, touch it like this, take a picture of it. It's processing right now.
Monumental when I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did.
Bear with me for a second.
Never forget how you made them feel. Nelson Mandela. I learned that courage was
I can
not
touch the
absence
screen
of
and
fear.
pause it. I can also use hands. I can go back, touch it.
Triumphal grit. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that
Change it
fear.
to different colors.
Martin Luther King, our lives begin
Magnify.
when the day we silent about things that matter.
I can make it
Jobs,
smaller.
your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's
So the
life.
Optilect 10 is a great
Eleanor Roosevelt.
portable device.
Remember, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Stephen Hawking, however difficult life may seem,
Which talks about
there is always something you can do and succeed at. The Dalai Lama happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own
if I want to
actions.
change the
Helen
speed,
Keller, when one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do
I can
not
control
see
the
that one
speed here,
that has been opened for
here,
us.
and I control the volume
J.K.
there.
Rowling, it is our choice.
Okay. I can also close this full page, which is nice. Pick it up, and I can use it as a camera to see whatever I need to look at. That's the Optilect 10. So I brought another device. It's called the Clear Reader Plus, which is really nice. So this is someone that will use this with no usable vision. It actually has an arm. It has buttons that are very simple, tactile to feel. Turn it on for a second. And it takes about 40 seconds, and it's giving you the beats to let you know that it started. And it also doesn't matter if I turn it, as long as it falls within its borders of this device, long as I feel to make sure the paper's is within that border. And if it's turned upside down, it will still read it. If it's flipped on the blank side, it will let you know that, you know, it's no document, no text found. Let's see.
Press scan to take a picture.
I can turn the volume up on the outside.
Volume up.
The scan button is in the middle.
Maya Angelou, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what
turn
you
the
did,
speed
but
down.
people will never forget how you made them feel. Nelson Mandela. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Martin Luther King, our
speed
lives
button.
begin to end the day
I
we
can
become
pause
silent.
it. All this is tactile at the top. I can press the start
Silent
back.
about things that matter. Steve Jobs, your time is limited, so don't waste it living.
I can move back a word.
It.
I can move back a sentence.
Waste.
Okay. If I press it and hold it for 2 seconds.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't waste it living someone else's life. Eleanor Roosevelt.
Which is nice.
Remember, no one
I
can
can
make
pick
you
it up.
feel inferior without your
It's
consent.
not that heavy.
Stephen Hawking, however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. The Dalai Lama happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Helen Keller. When one door of happiness closes, another opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that has been opened for us. J.K. Rowling, it is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Jack Canfield, don't worry about failures.
And also I mentioned the other device, which was the Ruby, which I like. Is really nice. You can save up to about 20 images on there. It has a stand where you can pop up. Hold on, let me put this box back up so you can see it.
Hey Keith, can we demo the Ruby in the breakout rooms? We're running a little short on time.
Yes, we can. We can.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Keith. This was great.